Hey guys, Tom here. You know, if you think "gentlemen, start your engines" is the most exciting phrase in sports, you're totally missing the boat. I'm here to tell you it's, are you ready for some football? Stick around. Okay, happy Friday, happy hour Friday. It is fall, the weather's cooling off, and it is time for football here in America. So today on Happy Hour, I'm gonna show you a couple things you can make for your family and friends at your tailgate, at your barbecue. If you're tailgating, if you're sofa-gating, I don't care what you're doing, these drinks are gonna work out great. And the thing about them is they're all beer-based, so it just boosts up just popping that top and drinking a beer. Although there's nothing wrong with that, don't get me wrong. I do that when I'm watching football, but this is just for a nice change of pace at home, at the tailgate, or anywhere else you're having a good time. Okay, a little history about tailgating. Now, when did tailgating first start? People say in America, now whether this is true or just folklore, I don't know, but it's just one of the things that I've read, is that tailgating started way before the first football game. Actually, in 1861, some 8 years before football was even played, and of all places, the Battle of Bull Run. So people would come to Manassas by the wagon load. They'd have food and wine and ale, and they would just party it up at this battlefield. So that's one story. But if you think about it, it goes back even further yet. People would show up at the town square when they were having public hangings. They would come for days ahead of time and just hang out, get ready, because people wanted to watch the hanging. A little weird, but they would party for a hanging. And then go back even further yet, the French Revolution, when they would have the beheadings, people would show up and party for those things. So tailgating goes back in history way before football. So tailgating for football goes back some 145 years in this country to a Princeton and Rutgers game where people came out and partied and had a good time. So that was about 8 years after the Battle of Bull Run. So tailgating in this country is just an activity in and of itself. They have, in college football, I think it's the Florida-Georgia game. They call it the biggest cocktail party on earth. So whether you're tailgating at the game or tailgating at home, make a couple of great drinks and you're gonna have a good time. So let's get right at it. I am gonna make a drink that I call the Kickoff cocktail. And what you're gonna need is a couple of lime slices and a little bit of either Limeade or Lemonade. I'm gonna go Limeade since I have the lime slices, just a couple ounces. Just break up that lime a little bit. So this isn't the first time we've done beer cocktails here on Happy Hour. We did them for the Super Bowl. We did a beer cocktail on Father's Day. And a lot of these flavors are similar, but you mix it up a little bit and it's gonna be really good. So now I need about 1.5 ounces of your favorite tequila. That's another one of those metric 1.5 ounces. Just gonna mix that around a little bit. Then you wanna make these drinks in big glasses. Doesn't really say, you know, you can put ice, you can put not ice. It's gonna have beer in it, so some people think ice is weird. But hey, you know what? If a drink's not cold, I put ice in it, whether it's beer, milk, water, I don't care. So I'm gonna put some beer. And then you can top it off with either some club soda or some lemon lime soda. I'm gonna do the lemon lime just for a little touch of sweetness. You can put a straw if you like. I'm not gonna, but I am gonna put a couple more pieces of citrus in there. And that starts it off on Football Frenzy Happy Hour with the Kickoff cocktail. So next up is a drink called the Pink Lemonade Blitz. Now you can do a couple different things for this. It's going to be lemonade, and you need something to make it pink. You can use berries, you can use grenadine, you can use cranberry juice, you can use anything red that's going to tinge this drink pink. So I have a couple of berries. I'm going to put in this time, I'm going to put in a couple ounces of lemonade. Actually, a couple more. I'm going to take my muddler and break that up, see how pink it gets. I probably should have done that before I put the lemonade in. You do it before you put the lemon. If you're using berries, break them up before you put the lemonade in. And then I need a couple ounces of vodka. For this, I'm just going to use some citrus vodka because it's lemonade after all. A couple of cubes. You can stir it, you can shake it, whatever your little heart desires. Again, a nice big mug with some ice. I'm pouring that all right in. Top it off with some beer. And when you're making these drink, guys, you don't want a real heavy, like a dark beer or a real hoppy beer, I mean, me personally, I never want a real hoppy beer, but that's another story. You just want a nice light-bodied beer that's gonna let you enjoy the other flavors. Put some citrus in there as well. And that's number 2, a Pink Lemonade Blitz. So this last drink is another, if you remember on Father's Day, it was like a ginger shandy. This is kind of similar. It's an apple ginger shandy. Now the thing about this drink is you can do all kind of variations. You need something apple, you need some ginger, and how you mix it together is really up to you. I'm gonna start with applesauce. Now that may sound weird to you, but that's a great way to get some apple flavor in your drink. And I'm also gonna put, now if you don't have applesauce, you can, if you have regular apples, you can puree up some apples, put them in there. You can use apple juice, apple cider. I'm gonna boost up my applesauce with a little frozen apple juice concentrate because this drink calls for a little syrup as well. So, I mean, this is just apples with sugar basically, so why not use it? And that's when you're making cocktails, guys. You gotta try to think outside the box a little bit. Where can I maximize my flavor and get the stuff I need in the drink? And so I'm gonna use applesauce and apple concentrate. I need a little lemon. I need some simple syrup. Now, I use the apple juice concentrate, and I have some simple syrup, but another great flavor. Remember, we still have that honey syrup. If you made honey syrup, you could use that. I'm just gonna use just a splash of the regular simple syrup because I have the frozen apple concentrate in there, and we're gonna put another flavor in there. So I don't wanna get it too crazy with different flavors. And the other thing we need is ginger. This is fresh ginger. Now another thing you could make, which I didn't, and I just thought of it about 2 seconds ago, make ginger syrup. Grate up a bunch of ginger, just the same way you do. We've made the honey syrup, we've made different fruit syrups. Grate up the ginger, cook it with some sugar and some water, and strain it, and you'll have a great honey syrup. What else do I need? I need ginger, and the liquor for this one, it's kind of weird. We're gonna use gin. That's why I didn't want to put the honey in there, because the gin is gonna give this that kind of like that herbal note that the honey would normally give. So I decided just to stick with the regular sugar. Again, a couple ice cubes. One more big mug. Now you could strain this over like a mesh strainer if you want to get a lot of that ginger or apple puree out of there, but I don't mind it. Actually, I got a lot more in there. Here we go. Now I'm gonna add beer, you can add ginger ale, you can add club soda, whatever your heart desires. There's apples in there, so why not garnish it up with an apple? And if you're lucky like me, you can go right out to the tree in your backyard, grab an apple and put it in there. And that is the apple ginger shandy. So there you have it, guys. 1, 2, 3 great football drinks for your next tailgate, backyard party. I don't care. They're light, they're refreshing. There's a lot of stuff in them, but they're packed with flavor, and you're gonna have a good time if you share these with your friends. You don't have to make them all, but the other thing I gotta tell you is you could make, like especially this apple one, you could just upload that quantities, mix it all up, pour it into mugs, and then just top it with beer as you go. Actually, same for this, and really for all of them. Just make the base with the fruit flavors and the liquor, stir it up, keep it nice and cold, and then when you're ready, pour it over ice, top it off with your beer or your soda or whatever you want to use, and you're gonna have a great time. So I'm out of here. I'm gonna get ready for the game. So I really want you to try a couple of these drinks, guys, and tell me what you think. But if you're gonna try them, make sure you try them responsibly. If you're going to the tailgate, make sure you have somebody that's not gonna drink so you can all get back home safely. And until I see you next time, remember, take care of yourself and your home. Cheers. Go Birds.